Have you ever wondered why you have exactly that name? Not your full name, nor your nickname, but the first letter. That which has represented you since always, that appears first in everything, that opens paths. Well, it's not there by chance. Since your birth, this letter began to vibrate in the spiritual world with a specific frequency. And if you are one of the chosen, this vibration has a clear mission: to remind you of who you are and what you came here to do. Many times, we think that the name is a choice made by our parents. But what few know is that the soul already carries this code, even before incarnating. And this first letter connects with gifts, challenges, and with the way your mission as a chosen one will manifest. Some are born to lead, others to heal. Some come with wisdom, others with strength to protect. But all who carry this calling have something in common. They do not go unnoticed. And the first letter of the name is often the most subtle and powerful signal of this. Today we will reveal what each initial of the alphabet has to say about your spiritual identity. Get ready. You may see yourself in a way you have never seen before. And in the end, tell me in the comments, what is your letter? And if this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Here, we walk together with those who were set apart by God to make a difference in the world. A leader. Those born with a name starting with the letter A often carry a natural strength that stands out. You don't need to command to be heard. Your presence already communicates authority. The type of person that others follow without realizing it. You lead by example, by impulse, by the courage to go first when no one else wants to go. This leadership is not arrogance. It is a mission. You feel the weight of decisions because you know that others will mirror you. Your path is not the easiest, but it is what makes room for others to pass afterward. Abraham, the father of faith, was called by God to leave everything that was known. He did not receive guarantees, only a promise. But he trusted. And for that reason, he changed the history of an entire generation. If your letter is A, perhaps God is also calling you to lead something that no one else can see yet. B. Caregiver. Those with a name starting with the letter B carry a rare sensitivity. You perceive what others feel even without words. It's as if your heart has an antenna. You are the one who cares, who embraces, who listens when no one else wants to hear. You have compassion in abundance, and that is a gift. Sometimes the challenge is knowing how to set boundaries, because you feel so much for others that you end up forgetting about yourself. But your calling is not to be strong for everyone. It is to be true, to be a shelter, to be a balm. Barnabas, in the Bible, was that kind of person. When no one wanted to give Paul a chance, he went and believed. He saw what no one else wanted to see. If your letter is B, your gift lies in the heart, and it is through it that God touches lives through you. C. Creator. If the first letter of your name is C, you carry within you the spirit of creation. Your mind is always full of ideas, possibilities, and projects. You do not like to be stuck in the ordinary. Your energy brings life to what is stagnant. Your challenge is to trust that your ideas have value. Many around you may not see things the way you do. But this is not a sign of error. It is a sign of vision. God gave you creativity to build the new, not to copy the old. Caleb was like that. He saw a promised land where others saw giants. His faith was creative, bold. If your letter is C, do not be afraid to dream big. You did not come to repeat formulas. You came to create new pathways. D. Builder. Those who carry D as the first letter of their name have something very special. Consistency. You are steadfast, reliable, someone who builds with patience. While others give up, you remain. You do not like shortcuts. You prefer to do things right, with a solid foundation. Sometimes, the world seems too fast for your pace. But do not be fooled. What you build lasts. Your mission is not to rush. It is to sustain. You may even fall, but you always get back up, and you come back stronger. David, before being king, was a shepherd. And even while facing giants, betrayals, and crises, he did not stop trusting. If your letter is D, God is calling you to be a builder of stories that withstand the test of time. E, communicator. If your name starts with E, you likely have a power in speech that you do not always realize. When you speak, people pay attention. You inspire, console, and convince. Your voice has something that touches. But with this gift comes responsibility. Your words can heal, but they can also hurt. Therefore, it is important to use them with awareness. When your speech is aligned with the truth, it becomes a channel for transformation. Esther is a powerful example. She could have remained silent, but she chose to take a stand, and because of that, an entire people was saved. If your letter is E, perhaps God is calling you to speak at the right time, with wisdom and courage. F, protector. If the first letter of your name is F, your spirit has a clear mission: to protect. You are the kind of person who cares for everyone around you. Even when you are tired, you still find the strength to help. There is something in you that brings safety. People feel that they can count on you, even without asking. This care, however, sometimes comes at a cost. You give so much of yourself that you forget to take care of yourself. You put others first and silence yourself to avoid conflict. But God also wants you to protect yourself. Philip in the New Testament was someone who served with faith and obedience. He did not seek the spotlight, but he was used powerfully. If your letter is F, your mission is to serve with love, but without forgetting yourself. G, wise. The letter G carries with it the energy of inner search. Those born with this letter have a natural desire to understand the meaning of things. You like to reflect, study, and observe. You are not satisfied with superficial answers. You thirst for wisdom, but not for the vanity of knowledge. Instead, for the necessity of understanding the truth. Many times you feel disconnected in shallow environments. While others are busy with the present, you think about the future. Gideon was like that. An ordinary man who had doubts, who felt small. But God saw him as a warrior and called him to free his people. If your letter is G, perhaps your wisdom lies precisely in recognizing your limitations, and despite that, saying yes to the mission. H, warrior. The letter H carries resilience. You have faced many things in life. Some pains have marked you, while others have forged you. But here you are, still standing. Your strength is not loud. It is silent, but firm. You are a warrior inside. Those with H as their initial often carry struggles from an early age. But these battles are not punishment. They are preparation. You learn from the falls, grow from the deserts, and become stronger with what you have already overcome. Your story is not ordinary because your mission is not either. Hananiah, known for being thrown into the furnace and coming out unscathed, is a perfect example of resilient faith. He did not deny his truth, even in the face of death. If your letter is H, you have been called to stand firm, not out of stubbornness, but out of faithfulness. I, visionary. Those with I as the first letter carry the vision of the future. Your mind is open, creative, and sensitive. You perceive what others have not even thought of yet. You have ideas that seem ahead of their time, and an intuition that guides you with precision. This sensitivity is a gift, but also a challenge. Because not everyone around you always shares your vision. Many times you feel lonely for seeing what others do not yet see. But that is the mark of the visionary. to keep the faith even when no one else believes yet. Isaiah, a prophet from the Old Testament, was someone who saw beyond. He spoke of future times, bringing harsh yet true messages. If your letter is I, you have been chosen to be that bridge between the present and what is yet to come. J. Illuminated. The letter J represents light. Those born with this letter have an energy that stands out. Sometimes you may not even talk much, but your presence changes the environment. There is something in you that attracts, inspires, and even disturbs. Because light always reveals what is hidden, and that is not always comfortable for others. You may have felt looks that you did not understand. You may have provoked reactions without even trying. It's because your light speaks before your voice. And those who are not ready for the truth try to distance themselves. But that is not your problem. It is a sign that your energy is real. Jesus, the greatest name starting with J, was that light in the flesh. He walked with truth, healed with love, and transformed with presence. If your letter is J, your mission is to illuminate, even if it makes others uncomfortable. K, the strategist. The letter K brings practical intelligence. Those born with this initial tend to think before acting. You observe a lot, understand the environment, and feel the right timing. Your mind is logical, but also sensitive. You do not rush, you analyze. Many may think you are cold or distant, but the truth is that you feel too much. You just learn to be careful. Your gift lies in clarity. You can see the missing piece, the error in the plan, the right step to take. And that is rare. Cephas, the original name of Peter, was a disciple who learned to balance his strength with wisdom. After many stumbles, he became a pillar in the church. If your letter is K, you have been chosen to think strategically and act with purpose. L. Healer. If your name starts with the letter L, you possess an energy of healing and comfort. Your presence tends to bring peace and relief to those around you. You have a natural ability to listen and offer support, becoming a point of balance in difficult moments. A biblical example that reflects this quality is Lazarus. Known for his resurrection performed by Jesus, Lazarus symbolizes renewal and restoration. His story inspires those who seek to bring healing and hope to their communities. Just like Lazarus, you can be a symbol of transformation and renewal in the lives of those around you. M. Master. The letter M at the beginning of your name indicates a vocation for teaching and leading. You have an insatiable thirst for knowledge and the ability to share wisdom in a clear and inspiring way. Moses is a biblical example that personifies these characteristics. As the leader of the Israelites, Moses guided his people through the wilderness, conveying divine teachings and establishing laws that shaped a nation. His dedication to educating and guiding reflects the essence of those who carry the initial MU like Moses, have the potential to be a beacon of wisdom and leadership in your community. N. Seeker. If the first letter of your name is N, you are driven by an incessant search for meaning and understanding. Superficiality does not satisfy you. You yearn for depth in all areas of life. This curiosity leads you to explore new horizons, question established norms, and seek hidden truths. Noah is a biblical figure that exemplifies the spirit of the seeker. In the face of a corrupted world, Noah found grace in the eyes of God and embarked on the mission to build the ark, preserving life on earth. His faith and determination to follow a higher calling reflect the essence of those who have the letter N as their initial. You, like Noah, are willing to embark on challenging journeys in search of purpose and truth. O. Transformer names that start with the letter O carry the energy of transformation. You are resilient and able to adapt to changes, emerging stronger after each challenge. Your life may be marked by ups and downs, but your ability to reinvent yourself is admirable. Obadiah, a minor prophet in the Bible, exemplifies this quality. In times of idolatry and corruption, Obadiah maintained his faith and proclaimed messages of judgment and hope. Your ability to remain steadfast and promote transformation in difficult times reflects the essence of transformers. You, like Obadiah, have the power to catalyze positive changes around you. P. Visionary. If the letter P begins your name, you have an innovative mind and a vision beyond the ordinary. You are able to see possibilities where others see obstacles. Your creativity and boldness lead you to challenge the status quo and seek new solutions. People with this initial often stand out as pioneers in their fields. Paul, formerly known as Saul, is a biblical example of a visionary. After a profound spiritual transformation, Paul became one of the most influential apostles, spreading the teachings of Jesus throughout the world. Q. Guardian names that begin with the letter Q are associated with protection and guidance. You feel a strong sense of responsibility to care for others and ensure their safety. Your commitment to justice and integrity makes you a trustworthy and respected figure. In the biblical narrative, the fourth man in the furnace is interpreted by many as a divine manifestation protecting Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from the flames. This figure symbolizes supreme protection and constant presence in times of danger. Like this celestial guardian, you are always ready to intervene and protect those under your care. Each initial letter carries a unique energy, reflecting specific traits and missions. Recognizing and understanding these characteristics can provide valuable insights into your purpose and how you interact with the world around you. R. Spiritual leader. If your name starts with the letter R, you possess a presence that naturally inspires and guides others. Your voice carries weight, and your actions reflect a leadership that does not need to be imposed. It simply is. You feel called to guide, offer support, and be a beacon of light for those around you. Think of Rahab, a woman mentioned in the Bible. Even while living in Jericho, she recognized the importance of the Israelite spies and chose to help them. Her faith and courage not only saved her family, but also placed her in the lineage of Jesus. Just like Rahab, you have the potential to impact generations through your spiritual leadership. S. Observer. If the first letter of your name is S, you possess sharp perception and a sensitivity that allows you to pick up on details that others may overlook. You sense the energies around you and have a strong intuition that guides you in your decisions. Your ability to observe and understand the environment is one of your greatest strengths. Samuel is a biblical example that personifies this characteristic. While still young, he heard the voice of God calling him during the night. Initially confusing it with Eli's voice, he soon learned to discern and respond to the divine call, becoming one of the greatest prophets of Israel. His story highlights the importance of being attentive and receptive to the subtle messages that surround us. T. Dream builder. If your name starts with the letter T, you are someone who transforms ideas into reality. Hardworking, focused, and determined, you do not shy away from challenges. Your perseverance and dedication are admirable, and you have the ability to build solid and lasting projects. Thomas, one of Jesus' disciples, is often remembered for his doubts after the resurrection. However, his quest for evidence led to a deep and unwavering faith. He traveled extensively to spread Christ's teachings, exemplifying how persistence and the desire to understand can lead to remarkable achievements. U. Elevated. If the letter U begins your name, you have a deep connection with the spiritual world. You navigate between the material and the ethereal, seeking balance and understanding. Your soul is elevated, and you often feel drawn to spiritual and philosophical questions. Uriah, a Hittite warrior, demonstrated unwavering loyalty to King David and the principles he defended. Even in the face of betrayal and manipulation, he maintained his integrity, serving as an example of fidelity and honor. His story reminds us of the importance of remaining true to our values, even when facing adversity. V. Intuitive. If the first letter of your name is V, you possess a strong intuition and a natural connection to the spiritual world. You sense the invisible and have spiritual gifts that guide you on your journey. Your sensitivity allows you to perceive nuances that others may not notice. David's mighty men, a group of exceptional warriors, demonstrated unmatched courage and loyalty. They relied on their intuition and skills to protect their people and carry out challenging missions, serving as examples of bravery and faith. Like them, you have the ability to trust your intuition to navigate the challenges of life. W. Connector. If your name starts with the letter W, you have the gift of uniting people, ideas, and different worlds. You are a connector, creating bridges where there were once barriers. Your ability to see common ground among distinct perspectives is one of your greatest strengths. The Magi, or wise men from the East, followed the Star of Bethlehem until they found the boy Jesus. They connected distinct cultures and knowledge, recognizing the universal importance of Christ's birth. Their journey symbolizes the quest for truth and the ability to bring different perspectives together in harmony. Similarly, you have the potential to be a catalyst for unity and understanding in your community. X. Innovator. If your name starts with the letter X, this is already a sign that you are different. You are not here to repeat what has already been done. Your essence is that of renewal, boldness, and a vision that goes beyond the ordinary. You do not fit into ready-made formulas and have never been afraid to do things differently, even if criticized for it. Being a spiritual innovator is more than thinking outside the box. It is realizing that the box never existed for you. Your ideas confuse some, inspire others, and often provoke changes without you forcing anything. You simply are, and that alone transforms the environment. The biblical example of Xenophon, though not canonical in the traditional sense, represents this spirit. Some scholars symbolically cite him as the wise outsider, someone who brings an unexpected perspective from the outside, but is full of value. You also carry this energy, a gaze that does not come to repeat, but to renew. Your presence in the world is a divine provocation to the status quo. Yan, faithful. Those whose names start with Y are marked by loyalty. Fidelity is in your spiritual DNA. You are the type that stays, that sustains, that cares until the end. Your emotional and spiritual firmness inspires confidence. When you commit, it is for real. And this, nowadays, is rare and precious. Your mission as a chosen one is not only in great actions, but in standing firm when everything around seems to crumble. In the midst of doubt, you are the point of stability. In the face of fear, you are the silent courage that sustains. The greatest example of fidelity is Yeshua, the original name of Jesus. He was faithful unto death on the cross, even being betrayed, rejected, and misunderstood. His obedience to the divine purpose changed the course of humanity. Having the letter Y in your name is a constant reminder that true strength lies in remaining faithful, even when it would be easier to give up. Z. Finisher. If your letter is Z, you have a mission that few understand: to close cycles. You carry the energy of someone who ends journeys with wisdom and purpose. Many fear the end, but you understand that sometimes closing a door is what allows the light to enter. You have the gift of perceiving when something has reached its limit, and the courage to put a period at the end. This is not coldness. It is spiritual maturity. Your presence often marks the conclusion of a time, the completion of something that needed to be finished consciously. Zacharias, the father of John the Baptist, is an example of this energy. He knew how to wait. Even in silence, he trusted the promise. And when he finally spoke, his words marked the beginning of a new time. Just like him, you are a channel of endings that prepare the ground for new beginnings. Your role is necessary, for without endings, there are no new beginnings. Your name is not a mere coincidence. It carries clues to your essence, your mission, and the way you transform the world around you. Your name is not by chance. The first letter that has accompanied you since birth carries a spiritual vibration that connects you to the mission you accepted even before arriving here. Each letter brings a strength, a calling, a trait of your essence as a chosen one. When you understand this, something inside you awakens. You begin to see more clearly who you are, where you came from, and what you need to deliver to the world. So comment here. What is your letter? Share this video with other chosen ones. Your name is a code, and now you know it.